Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Nick, and in today's video we're going to be digging for eggs. We are currently in our makeshift Crested Gecko room until the room upstairs gets finished, which you saw in my last video. I kind of talked about what we're doing in there. But anyway, we're going to start digging for eggs. The reason I got this idea was I was in Moira's tub today, and I found 2 eggs in there. And so what I typically do is I used to write down when all the females laid, and I would just dig like 30 to 45 days after that. Now what I do is in all the tanks, I just dig once a month. So usually on the 1st of the month or the 15th of the month or whatever ends up being, I just dig for eggs. You know, it's probably not the best way to do things, but it's just the way that I do things. So anyway, I kind of looked around in here because I noticed she had like kind of slimmed up a little bit. So I knew that she laid, found some eggs, and now I decided to just go ahead and dig for eggs in all of our females enclosures. So let's get into it. And I will show off Moira. This is Moira right here. She is just a really cool little Harlequin Crested Gecko. She's really awesome. So looking forward to those babies. She was paired to Billy. So we'll see what that turns out. Okay, so this enclosure, the first one we'll be digging in are actually 2 females that we recently sold. So I'm gonna see if they left us any goodies behind before they left, or maybe not. So let's start digging. Okay, so now what I do is I'll take the egg, I will candle it. So I candle it, and then whichever side needs to be up. So as you guys can see here, this egg was probably laid like 2 weeks ago. But like I said, since I only dig once a month, you know, some of the eggs we'll find will look like they were just laid. Other eggs are gonna look like they were laid 2 or 3 weeks ago, because they might have been, because I just dig once a month. So now what I do, I take it, get out my trusty Sharpie, and write Donna. And now that she's sold, I'll probably hoard all of her babies. There we go. And honestly, guys, you know, I think I might be getting smarter, and I think I might invest in a tackle box to put all these in. I really do. Now, here, you can see this is just my incubator for the time being. These right here are 2 more of Donna's eggs, and I have a feeling that those are going to hatch fairly soon. So, we'll see. Alright, now let's move on to Jessie's tank. Okay, so this was Jessie's tank. If you remember Jessie, she was our I don't know, I like to call them a partial quad stripe. I know that's not really a morph, but you know, partial pinstripe, partial lateral stripes, kind of a partial quad stripe, really just a Harlequin. She was paired to our quad stripe male, Billy. They've made plenty of quad stripe babies, so let's see if she left us one last time of some sweet, sweet eggs. Oh, she did. Okay, and I'm digging like this. Number one, there's no gecko in here, so there's no one to really disturb. But also, I do dig, like, these eggs rolling around or anything like that is not going to hurt them. So, it's just faster for me if I dig like this. So, is what it is. So, interestingly enough, only found 1 egg. Now, I'm wondering if in the past I only found 1 egg. So, we'll see. Oh yeah, this is a very old egg. Right there. Wow, same size too. So that's one I just found. That's been incubating in her tub. This is the one that I pulled probably when she laid it. Only difference is the coloration. That's neat. Really neat. Another thing I wanted to add, I throw this dirt around whenever I do it. That egg had to have been turned over. It's still alive. Crested gecko eggs are nowhere near as sensitive as, say, ball python eggs or even many other snake eggs, where however they're laid is typically the embryo is up. Crested geckos can hatch either way. I really don't think it matters if they get rolled around. Actually, I know it doesn't because I've done it. They're nowhere near as sensitive as those other species. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to dig in Louise's tank so I can show her off to everybody. Where you at? There's big girl. Alright, there's Louise. She's one of our extreme Harlequins. Big mama here. Ah.
Or did she just eat it?
I'd be happy for her. Now time to readjust her home back to how it was, or just something close to it. It's not the end of the world. There we go. Okay guys, so you can see here this one's a little more red in the middle there. That means it's much fresher laid than the one I showed you earlier that was actually pretty dark. So that's the embryo. That's how I know which side to put up. But like I said, it really doesn't matter on these guys. I mean, Mr. Butterworth time Louise. I just put that on the egg. So I just put ML. So this is gonna be Betty's enclosure, also one of our extreme Harlequins. She's actually a tricolor. Here's my baby. One thing too, guys, I don't write the dates of when my geckos' eggs were laid. I don't know. I just don't do it. It's probably a good thing to do, honestly. But like I said, I just don't do it. The eggs hatch when they hatch. I don't like to get caught up on hatch dates or anything like that. I know I have the proper amount of baby tubs for however many we're producing that year, so I really don't get too worried about it. Yeah, just not a big date guy. We put lay boxes in all these, but it really doesn't matter if the substrate is essentially their lay box. Oh no. It looks like we have 2 duds, which is kind of crazy. So what's kind of crazy about this is if you guys have been following the channel, you know that I kind of changed how I do breedings. I really only pair like once. I mean, this year for the whole season, we've only really paired twice. So she's only been paired twice this year. The last time being probably 2 to 3 months ago. And she laid 2 bad eggs here. So I don't quite know what the deal is with that. I'm going to keep digging though to see if maybe those are older than I think that they are, but I don't know if they are or not. So let's keep digging. The reason I wanted to keep digging is last time she laid underneath her big cork tube here. So it looks like that those are the eggs that she laid this last time. So I don't know. Let's see. I'll give it another month. If they're bad again, just weird. They just look like slugs. So I don't know. She's doing fine. She eats a lot. I don't know. That's just strange. Oh well. Let's move on to the next girly. This is Shawshank's enclosure. Right here. Shawshank recently sold, which is cool. But she'll be hanging out here for a little bit because it's too hot where she's going. But let's dig around. 2 more eggs. 2 more solid eggs. So something I've noticed too, guys, I give them all like a cork tube on the ground. And the other thing that I do is I build up the dirt, really it's around the 4 corners of the tub. But what's interesting is I find that they tend to like to lay by where their cork height is. Now really there's 4 main spots where they'd lay, so the chances of them laying in that corner are pretty high to begin with. But it is just something that's very interesting to just kind of take note of, even in, and that's why I checked on her on the last one, because Betty, last time she laid in very thin dirt under her cork tube, and those eggs were actually good. So anyway, let's get these put up and let's get to the next girl. Alright guys, this one is Donna. And Donna also recently sold. She'll be shipping out pretty soon. We'll see if she laid some eggs though. Okay, so only 1 egg. I don't think it's good. I can candle it really quickly just to see. It actually is good. It looks kind of weaker though. Not necessarily calcium weaker. The veins don't look as good. Now, I don't know if this is from, you know, like I said, she hasn't been paired in a couple months and she was only paired twice this season. So I don't know if that has something to do with it or if it's just a random bad egg. She has laid good eggs before, so who knows. On to the next one. Now we're moving on to Pam. So here's Pam these days. She's looking pretty good. I do think she laid If you guys remember from a couple videos ago, she did have like a little bit of a health scare. We took her to the vet. She, like I said, she has been paired. She's not going to be paired again this year. Probably not next year either. Just to kind of give her a year off to see if she bounces back. But there we go. Couple pearly whites. Right off the bat. Oh. Well, 4. So we found 4 eggs from Pam. I dug last month, didn't find anything, and I was excited because I thought she was done laying. Clearly she's not. So, I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing is the eggs are very calcified, so the calcium we've been giving her clearly helping her. The bad thing is that I just really kind of wanted her to stop laying, but I also know that that's not really how it works, so it kind of just is what it is. Okay, now we're doing Jane's tub. So let's see. I believe we're gonna have some eggs from this girl. We had some last month. On our last one, this is Benny. Let's see. She always lays in there, so I don't know if she's laid yet. She could though. Oh well, nothing yet from Benny. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. Pretty surprising finds today. 2 duds from Betty, 4 eggs from Pam. You never know what you're gonna find when you're digging for Crested Gecko eggs. But until next time guys, stay safe and stay positive. Hit that subscribe button.